Hello, I'm Jennifer, and you are very much welcomed to Learning with Prep class. We're happy to have you here, really. We're really happy to have you here. Thank you very much for taking some time out of your time to learn with us. We feel honored. So we're still on our JSCE English language class questions for the year 2016. And guess what? I came up with 2 more educational facts. Yeah, I did. So, do you want me to share them with you? Yeah, I will. Alright, so educational fact 1. Did you know that in Brazil, family eating together is a very important part of culture, which is why school starts at 7 a.m. and ends before or by noon, so that children can go home to have lunch with your family. I guess you didn't know that, right? Yeah, you didn't know that. Okay, so here is the second fact. Do you know that in Chile, do you know that in Chile, summer vacations start from mid-December right up until early March? That's like 3 months away from school. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's 3 months away from school. All right, so these are my 2 facts. Yeah, the 2 new educational facts that I know or I discovered and I'm sharing with you. So please drop in your comments. Let me know the educational facts that you have discovered recently. Let's all learn together. And yeah, that reminds me, I want to talk about chess. So who knows how to play chess? I mean, I've always found the chess game too very interesting and fascinating. And although I wouldn't say I'm an expert at playing chess, but I do love the game. I still consider myself a beginner, and I love chess. So who loves chess? I was thinking, I don't know how possible it is. I don't know how possible it is. Maybe we could play chess. I mean, I don't know, maybe come up with some sort of an app, a chess game app that we could possible. I think so. Thinking of things in my head. Alright, so, but I do love chess game. I hope you guys do. It has really helped me build my concentration abilities. It has helped me build certain strategic plans. It helps with focusing, and it really helps cognitive skills. So I really would love you guys to try chess. If you have been hearing, which I'm sure, if you've been hearing of the chess game, and perhaps you're not a player, well, I really would urge you to play. It's going to really help you with school too. Yes, it's really going to help you build your concentration and your focusing abilities, even when it comes to schoolwork. Okay, so having said that, let's go on. All right, so I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or like, but I'll ask you to please comment to let me know what you think about practice. And like I said in the previous video, subscribing and liking is going to be entirely your thing. It's going to be entirely something I want you to do out of the goodness of your heart. Yes. Okay, so that is it. This is our passage B, and of the passage B, okay, we have a comprehension. Yes, that's a passage. So let's read it together. All right. A man who collects news for printing in newspaper is called a reporter. It sounds like Harry Potter, right? A reporter. Harry Potter. It sounds like Harry Potter. Okay, so I'm just going to take it again. A man who collects news for printing in a newspaper is called a reporter. The story is typed and passed eventually to an editor whose job is to decide which stories the newspaper will publish. Both of these men would be called journalists because they work on the production of the newspaper. The most important news item is printed in block letters on the front page of the newspaper, and this is usually called a headline. When the newspapers want to comment on any important item, it does this by means of editorial. Sometimes, a newspaper gets hold of an important piece of news long before other newspapers, and when this happens, the paper that prints the news is said to have had a scoop. Yes, scoop. The paper is printed on big machines known as printing presses, and each version of the papers printed is called an edition. Some newspapers are printed on very thin papers, which are called airmail edition. A person who writes stories only about Ghanaian affairs is known as the paper's correspondent on Ghanaian affairs. That's it. Alright, so let's get into answering the questions that follow suit. Our sixth question: the main work of an editor, according to the passage, is to A. Decide which news the paper will publish, B. Collect news for the newspaper, C. Print news for the newspaper, and D. Sell the new paper. So what's the main work or job of an editor? Now, according to the passage, the main work or job of an editor is to decide which news the paper will publish. And we can find this on the lines 3 and 4 of the passage. So we'll go with the first option, option A, decide which news the paper will publish. Our seventh question: when a newspaper publishes new news before other paper, when a newspaper publishes news before other newspapers, it is said that the paper has had A. an edition, B. a headline, C. a scoop, and D. a breakthrough. When a newspaper publishes news before other newspapers, that's when they get their hands on a particular news before the newspapers. It is said that the paper has had a scoop. And we can find this on the lines 10, 11, 12, and 13 of the passage. We have an option C, a scoop. Our eighth question: newspapers normally employ to send in special reports from foreign countries. A. Journalists, B. Publishers, C. Correspondents, and D. Editors. So newspapers usually employ correspondents to send in special reports from foreign countries. That is why when you're watching the news, whenever you have a particular person, usually a reporter, reporting from a country different from where different from the particular country where the newspaper is based, that person is said to be called a correspondent. So basically, correspondents travel to foreign countries and report news on those countries to the newspapers. So we call them correspondents that bring in reports from various countries for the newspapers. Okay, so we can find in the lines 18, 19, and 20. And that is why it was said somewhere in the passage that a person who gets in reports to a newspaper from Ghana is called a Ghanaian correspondent. All right, so we can find this on the option C, correspondent. Our ninth question: the headline of a newspaper is usually A, the most important news on that paper, B, a news item bought from another paper. C, news sent in from another country. And D, news printed on very thin paper. So the headline of a newspaper is usually the most important news on that newspaper, and it's usually printed in block letters to attract the attention of the reader. Yes, so we can find this on lines 6, 7, and 8 of the passage. Okay, that is it, option A, the most important news on that paper. Our 10th question. This passage is mainly about a caliber of people working in a newspaper house. B, activities involved in newspaper production. C, problems involved in newspaper printing. D, process of deciding what news to print. The passage is concerned with all the activities involved in the production of newspapers. I mean, it's clear. It's as clear as crystal, right? And I hope you also agree with me, because it's more like the passage is more like an examination or a review of what is involved in printing newspapers. So the passage is concerned with all the activities involved in the production of newspapers, and we can find this in option B, activities involved in newspaper production. And with that, we've come to the end of this beautiful learning session. Don't forget to drop in your comments. Let me know what you think about practice. Let me know your educational facts too. That if you've discovered any amazing educational facts. So let's do this. You'll get to drop in your comment on the educational facts that you have discovered, and I will go through them and pin the most amazing one, or I guess the one I think is most amazing, or the one we think is most amazing and interesting educational fact at the top. And well, let's see if there's going to be a reward for that. I might have to think of a reward for that. So what do you guys think? Cool, right? Yeah, cool. So don't forget to reach out to Practice in every way that you can. You can reach out to us via our website at www.prepclass.com.ng and via telephone written down there. Okay, and I said I would ask you to subscribe and like and share with a friend as much as I keep having that it's pulling me. It's an intense temptation to ask you to subscribe and like, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe. I'm not gonna ask you to like. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. It's amazing. I mean, as usual, it's always amazing learning with you. We love you, and we hope that you love what we are doing here. Please support us in every way that you can. Thank you for your time. Take care. I'm going to learn you next with you again. I'm going to learn with you. I'm not looking forward to learning with you, but I know I'm going to learn with you. So take care. Purpose loves you. Bye.